You know what you want to do. You know what you should do, but your mind keeps running in circles. What if I fail? What if I look stupid? What if it's not perfect? And while you're stuck in that mental loop, life keeps moving. Opportunities slip away. Your dreams get postponed. Again. This isn't a motivation video. This is a psychological intervention. Today, I'm going to show you how to stop overthinking using science, not willpower, so you can finally take action without fear. Let's break down the problem. First, let's destroy a myth. Overthinking isn't a flaw. It's a survival mechanism. Your brain evolved to analyze, predict, and avoid danger. Back in the wild, overthinking kept us alive. But today, your brain treats every decision like life or death. Choosing a career, sending a message, starting a business, your brain triggers the same circuits it once used to avoid predators. This is called analysis paralysis. The more options you have, the more risks you perceive, the more your mind freezes. You get stuck in what-if mode, searching for perfect certainty that never comes. Overthinking is a strategy to avoid discomfort, not action. Let's get deeper. Inside your brain, the amygdala, the fear center, is always scanning for threats. When you overthink, the amygdala hijacks your rational brain. It amplifies doubts, fears, and worst-case scenarios. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for logical decisions, gets flooded with cortisol, the stress hormone. It's like trying to do math during an earthquake. That's why the longer you think about something, the scarier it feels. Your brain is looping fear signals, strengthening them every second you delay. The solution isn't to think harder. It's to interrupt the loop and rewire the system. Here's how to fight back. Science-backed, step by step. Step 1. Catch the trigger. Overthinking often starts with a question. What if? Start becoming aware of those phrases. When you hear yourself say, what if it fails? Pause. Label it. This is overthinking. Naming it weakens its power. Step 2. Time limit your thinking. Set a 5-minute timer. Dump every worry, idea, scenario into a notebook. When the timer stops, decision time. Overthinking loves infinity. Kill it with urgency. Step 3. Use the 3-2-1 rule. Make a decision within 3 minutes. Take 2 small actions immediately. Celebrate one win, no matter how small. This moves your body into action before your brain talks you out of it. Step 4. Shrink the consequence. Ask yourself, what's the absolute worst thing that could happen? Most of the time, it's not death, prison, or losing everything. It's discomfort, maybe embarrassment. Make peace with that. Your brain needs proof that it can handle discomfort and survive. Step 5. Practice exposure without judgment. Expose yourself to small risks daily. Posting that message, making that call, trying that idea. When your brain sees you taking action and nothing catastrophic happens, it recalibrates its fear response. That's how you train emotional courage. Let's be brutally honest for a second. Overthinking isn't neutral. It's self-sabotage disguised as caution. Every hour spent in analysis is an hour not spent building, creating, living. Opportunities die in overthinking. Relationships fade in overthinking. Life passes you by while you're stuck waiting for the perfect moment. And here's the twist. There is no perfect moment. There's only now. Action creates clarity. Thinking does not. Perfectionism and overthinking are twin demons. They keep you trapped in a fantasy world where you can avoid pain, rejection, and failure. But the real world rewards imperfect action. It rewards people who are willing to look silly, make mistakes, and course correct along the way. The most successful people aren't fearless. They just act despite the fear. They've learned that motion kills emotion. The longer you wait to act, the more your brain invents reasons why you can't. The faster you move, the less time your fear circuits have to take over. Let's talk about action, because knowing is not enough. You already know you overthink. You already know you're stuck. But if you don't create a system to act despite those feelings, nothing changes. Overthinking isn't just a bad habit. It's a deeply ingrained neural loop. But the good news is that your brain is plastic. It can change, and it changes through small, repeated actions, not by waiting for motivation or clarity. That's why I want to give you a simple daily ritual you can use to retrain your brain. This isn't about trying harder. It's about changing the default settings of your mind. Step 1. Identify the stuck point. Each morning, pause and ask, where am I delaying today? What am I avoiding because it feels uncomfortable? Write it down. Awareness is the first step to breaking the loop. Step 2. Define the next tiniest action. Your brain fears the big picture, so zoom in until the task is so small it feels silly. Instead of start the project, reduce it to open the document. Instead of launch the business, make it buy the domain. The smaller the step, the lower the emotional resistance. Step 3. Set a micro-action timer. Commit to just 5 minutes of action. Set a timer. When the timer starts, your only goal is to do the small action. When it ends, you stop. This might feel pointless at first, but over time, your brain starts recognizing that action isn't as scary as it imagined. Step 4. Journal and reflect immediately after. Right after the action, write down, how did that feel? Was the fear accurate? What's my next step? This reflection anchors the new experience and weakens the power of imagined fears. Step 5. Celebrate small wins daily. No win is too small. When you finish your micro-action, reward yourself. Say it out loud, I moved forward today. Write it down. This reinforces the action-reward cycle that builds habits. Overthinking is a prison you build in your own mind, but the key has always been in your pocket. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for fear to disappear. It won't. But you can move anyway. Because the only way to beat overthinking is to act before your brain convinces you not to. That's your challenge today. Choose something you've been stuck on. Take one small, imperfect action, then another, then another. That's how you win. If this helped you, consider subscribing. We go deep into the psychology of behavior, fear, and change, so you can finally break the patterns that hold you back. Thanks for watching.